Part 31. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 301. 301. The 301 chapter is popular. The 301 chapter is popular. Su Xiaomeng continued to explain the activities to everyone, and she did not bother. She also walked around the venue to let the audience see it thoroughly. The 8 o'clock event officially started. You can watch our performance campaign The Battle of Chibi directly in the live broadcast room. If you want to buy a virtual projection game console, you can order it on the official website of Red Letter. Most of the audience is still confused. What virtual battles, what virtual projection game consoles, completely do not understand. Although the barrage is very active, the popularity of Su Xiaomen's live broadcast has not risen, because today is the popular fishing anchor contest. The big anchor and various local gifts have attracted too many viewers. At 7:30 in the afternoon, the online audience of Su Xiaomen's live broadcast was only 50,000. Haha, this slut. Know what is the popularity gap? In another live broadcast, a white baby in a women's dress is stealing the popularity of Su Xiaomen's live broadcast. She is also a popular competitor in today's popular anchor, and the number of online viewers now. Almost 300,000 people have already reached the 4th place in the gift list, and they may have the chance to win the 1st place. At this moment, the white baby saw a local tyrant enter his live room. He pretended to be a grievance and said, "Zhangzong, you haven't been here for a long time, is it like you don't like other anchors? That piece always typed, these days are busy. Zhangzong, today is the popular anchor contest, you have to help the baby." The white baby finished. The local tyrant gave him even 5 super rockets. "Thank you, Zhangzong, love you." "What?" The white baby kissed the screen and kissed him on his mobile phone. "I will hold you today and look for you next week." There is also a color of emoticon. The white baby naturally knows what it means. This Zhang is not stupid, give him money. Naturally there is a demand. The baby replied, "As long as you can get the 1st place today, what posture do you want?" "Mr. Zhang, okay." After Mr. Zhang finished speaking, he brushed 5 super rockets for the white baby, adding up to 20,000 pieces. Because of this wave of rhythm, the white baby has brought in more than 10,000 tourists who grab the gift. In the live broadcast room of Su Xiaomeng, some viewers were amazed. "Wow, Zhang Zhongzhen has money, and it is 20,000. I don't know how much to brush today." Distressed Dreams, Zhang Zhong was the first to contribute to the fans of Dreams, one of the top 10 locals. "I don't need those dreams." This Zhang Zhong, before giving Su Xiaomeng a brush of 50,000 pieces at a time, looking for Su Xiaomeng to contact, directly rejected by Su Xiaomeng, and refunded money. This made the Zhang Zhong who became a celebrity of the live broadcast platform unable to hold his face, and never gave Su Xiaomeng a gift, and said that the anchor was too arrogant. "Hey, this is not the past, there is no one in the Dream live broadcast," fans said with emotion. There are also sprays and rhythm dogs, directly across the screen swearing, "Hee, this garbage anchor still thinks that he is what, people Zhang can afford to give you a gift. Now you are asking someone not to brush you. Do not enter the anchor, but also tear with our baby, a disgusting woman." Everyone goes to the baby room to grab a gift. The baby has a red envelope. Draw, 888 block, send tens of thousands today. Su Xiaomeng was displeased and said, "Housekeeping, seal these rhythm dogs." There are fans of some people. "I am too lazy to argue with you, but you should not be too much." However, her words did not work, and the sarcasm of the barrage was still quite a lot. Many of them were robot accounts, specifically to discredit her. It's better to cultivate. Su Xiaomeng is mad, and the pretty face can't squeeze a smile. Lu Zixin was diving in Su Xiaomen's live room at this time, seeing the news, brows slightly wrinkle. Some words are really unreasonable and hard to hear. Some are true sprays, but more are fake accounts, and smeared words in bulk. Reminiscent of the fact that Su Xiaomeng was smeared before, Lu Zixin has already had a bottom. He sent a message directly to his assistant to let the assistant find the smuggler. Later, Lu Zixin asked Zuan again, "Is there any advertising campaigns for you?" "Arranged," said Zuan. "There is a link on the official website, mainly to catch up with today's live broadcast platform activities, or else the popularity is at least 10 times higher. We will have a lottery and a gift. We have talked with the live broadcast platform. Okay, the gift will be cashed back, and the rest will be advertising." "Put up your popularity," Lu Zixin said. "The higher the better." Soon, Lu Zixin got an account, which was specially given by the live broadcast platform. There is no limit on the gifts. Of course, this is not free. Every gift with advertising type, such as rockets, super rockets, etc., will be broadcast platform. Extract a certain amount of extraction. Lu Zixin modified the ID and entered Su Xiaomen's live room. Soon, there was an announcement in the live broadcast room. "Dream of the Dream God fans open the Emperor in the live broadcast of One Dream and 1,000 Autumns." The Emperor is the highest level of the noble in the live broadcast room. It will be more than 100,000 soft sister coins in 1 month, which is one of the symbols of local tyrants. Someone opened the Emperor in the live broadcast of the Dream. Someone was amazed at the barrage. Does the goddess have a local fan? 666, Dream God Fan Group. Is there this organization? I remember that Dream God has no official fan base. Long live the Emperor. The sprayers didn't see it, and the Dream God still had fans. When the Emperor was opened, not only was there a notice in the live broadcast room, but the whole station was notified. Today is the day of fighting activities. An Emperor just surprised the audience, but it is not surprising, because today they have seen several. However, this is only the beginning, and the whole station notice appears one after another. The whole station notice, Dream God Fans Group Su Huang opened the Emperor in the live broadcast of One Dream and 1,000 Autumns. Dream of the Dream Gods Fan Guan Yu opened the Emperor in the live broadcast of One Dream and 1,000 Autumns. Dream Fan Group Zhao Yun opened the Emperor in the live broadcast of One Dream and 1,000 Years. Dream of the Gods Fan Cao opened the Emperor in the live broadcast of One Dream and 1,000 Autumns. A series of messages appeared on the barrage of each live broadcast, special fonts, flashing effects. This is even more amazing than brushing the rocket. Because an ordinary rocket is only 500 pieces, the super rocket is 2,000 pieces, and the opening of the Emperor is to charge more than 100,000 yuan in the first month. More importantly, the top nobility of these fans, the title of Emperor title, actually bears the ID of the Dream of Gods fans. In the end, is that anchor having such a great energy? The audience at the whole station is boiling. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 302. 302 Chapter 302 is rushing. Chapter 302 is rushing. Teacups are the hottest male anchors on the current fishing platform, and online viewers can often reach more than 1 million people. Today's popular fishing anchor ranking, he is now ranked first, millions of fans to join the gap behind the anchor, and he has been growing. At this time, the Teacup is playing live games, and at the same time, it has launched interactive activities such as lottery and quiz, and the local tyrants have given gifts, which has attracted many viewers. Suddenly, the Teacup noticed the news of the whole station, and a row of Emperor nobles smashed his notice bar. I rely on, can the Emperor still organize a group? The Teacup suddenly couldn't help but vomit. That is, he claimed to be a fisherman, and there was never such a grand occasion in the live room. He is still so surprised. The audience in his live broadcast is even more shocking. I am dripping. How many emperors are there in the end? Are the Arab local tyrants coming to fight fishing? It's too capricious. How much is this? A dream. What is this anchor? Why haven't you seen it? Brothers, let's go shopping and see the legendary Emperor's group and a dream. Worship the Emperor. Is this fake? How come so many? How? A large number of viewers followed the whole station news, clicked on the link to go to Su Xiaoman's live broadcast room to find out. Sure enough, they saw a row of emperors on the nobility list. All the same title, Dream God Fan Group. The popularity of Su Xiaoman's live broadcast is skyrocketing. It is thousands of refreshes, and it has rushed to more than 10,000 people in 10 minutes, and it is still going on. The number of barrage has also skyrocketed. Specially come to see the emperors. Local tyrants, hug thighs. I asked the emperors to borrow 5 yuan for instant noodles and didn't eat for 3 days. Hello everyone, I am the emperor, happy today, call my father's Alipay to send 100 red envelope. The first time I saw this anchor, a beautiful girl, I have been fighting, how have you not seen it before? Who is the anchor cos, so beautiful? Is the anchor coming from another platform, how popular is it? Unconsciously, some of the smeared spray numbers disappeared silently in the live room, all curious visitors. The white baby naturally saw these announcements, the sudden jealous explosion, how good is that slut luck? In the anchor of the fishing, has never seen such a board? Baby, that slut is more popular than you, white baby fans brushed the screen. Everyone gives the baby a gift to grab the popularity. Said, there is a fan who sent the first 3 rockets, the white baby quickly thanked, but my heart is not a surprise, because this fan is the gift account of the live broadcast guild behind her, not worth the money. Driven by this fan, other fans began to brush their gifts again. Mr. Zhang once again brushed the white baby with 10 super rockets, which attracted the thanks of the white baby and the worship of the audience. Mr. Zhang, come on, baby, you must be the first today. Because of the excitement of the emperor, the local tyrants of other live broadcasts have also been brushed up. In the live broadcast room of the big-name main players, there are 8 of the top 10 local tyrants who are fighting, and they start to brush gifts for the anchor. In the teacup live room, 2 local tyrants put it, today, we must send the cup to the popularity and gift to contribute first, it is just a million brush. In the live broadcast of the female anchors of several million popular fishermen, the local tyrants also began to force their efforts to send female anchors to compete for rankings. This is the battle of the gods, the audience loved it. Too irritating, so much money. Grab the red envelope and grab it. Ha ha ha, I got rich and made a fortune, I just grabbed 1,000 pieces of cash in a live broadcast room. Damn, I'm going to draw a lottery in the live room of the mouse, I'm going to draw. The popularity of the anchor is becoming more and more fierce. Everyone knows that it is prime time from 8 to 9 p.m. After this point, the audience basically goes to sleep, so it is necessary to distance them from other people during this time. 7 points 40 points, Su Xiaoman's popularity in the live room has reached more than 400,000, has begun to show signs of loss. Because many viewers just look at the excitement and then go back to their favorite anchor. Su Xiaoman quickly introduced to the new audience, it will be 8 o'clock right away, and there will be the world's first virtual projection game showdown, wonderful battles, cinemas can't see, everyone waits. At 8 o'clock, the lucky draw red letter virtual projection game machine, now you can't buy it on the market, send a total of 30. Su Xiaomeng said that the lottery, and still the virtual projection game machine that is still selling now, the tourists stayed here, thinking that if they were lucky, they might still be able to get it. It should be worth a lot of money. And the virtual projection game battle, but also really have not seen, you can look. Su Xiaoman's words were finished, and the announcement of the live broadcast popped up again. Dream of the Dream God Fan Yu Zhou Yu gave a super rocket to one dream and 1,000 autumns. Come and grab the gift in the live broadcast room. The local tyrant started to brush the gift again. The audience's 666 hasn't had time to play it out, and the icon of the super rocket has started to refresh. This represents the new super rocket that is called Dream of the Gods fans. I saw a multiplication sign next to the icon of the super rocket, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 4, the number is beating every second. The super rocket is also a full station announcement, which can be seen in every live broadcast. After the opening of the emperor began to give gifts again. The rich man, I went to the toilet, and I sent my salary for 1 year. I am going, where is this big cockroach coming out? Dozens of super rockets are sent out in minutes, still sending. The gods are haunted, and the street is back. 200,000 pieces, when I typed, this local tyrant will send at least 200,000. Mom, let's watch the live game of Mao, grab the gift. Brothers, I went to the Shenhao room. Su Xiaoman's popularity ranking and gift contribution value are rising rapidly, and the gift directly rushed into the top 10, and the popularity also rushed to 700,000. When the white baby is on the verge of an enemy, he quickly said to the fans, "We are going to be overtaken, everyone, what should I do?" "Don't be afraid, there is me," Zhang said with dissatisfaction. "They still have to brush 300,000 to be like us. I will continue to brush now and see that Joe you can surpass us." In the live broadcast of a few million popular anchors, local fans have also want to use the super rocket to help the anchors to keep their rankings. A person is slow to brush, you can also brush together and rush to the first at Red Letter Games Company, Lu Zixin said to a group of employees who were watching the live room with their mobile phones. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 303. 303 Chapter 303 is an Hour of Gods. Chapter 303 is an Hour of Gods. After Lu Zixin spoke, dozens of accounts were linked together and began to brush the super rocket. In Su Xiaoman's live broadcast room, if you don't close the gift special effects and the barrage, you can be smashed by the dense information. A series of titles of the Dream God fan group, together in the super rocket. No special effects, eyes are flashed. Into the audience in the live broadcast, Tuko has not seen the bullet screen brush, almost every second information is refreshed. 666666. Give the big guys a slap, a super rocket is 2,000 pieces, this is how many brushes, not counted. Mama chicken, don't you have money for gifts? It's a blow to people, I can't make so much money in my life. Dream gods have risen, so many local fans, you have to attack a fisherman. Which big cockroach lacks a pendant, self-recommended in the next. The dream god is already a million people, new then. These big tricks are to make God, with the value of the god of dreams and talent, it is just a day for a fisherman. Not to mention the audience, Su Xiaomeng himself is a bit embarrassed. General fans give gifts, the anchor is to thank, but so many people, thank you for coming. Fortunately, she knows that it is not someone else who is giving gifts, that is, her brother-in-law, or she does not know how to thank her for giving so many gifts. Looking at my popularity soaring, millions of viewers in the live room to brush the screen, Su Xiaoman's little heart is also a little excited, this is the real million people. In the white baby's live room, the white baby is watching the anchor popularity list. Just 3 minutes ago, Su Xiaomeng has surpassed her and entered the 3rd place. The whole platform anchor is the 3rd most popular. The 2 above Su Xiaomeng are the popular brothers and sisters of the fighting platform, and the gap between these 2 and Su Xiaomeng is still decreasing. On the gift contribution list, Su Xiaoman's fan contribution value has surpassed that of the white baby, which has already exceeded 100,000. Zhangzong, the white baby's feeling shouted, and Zhang always gritted his teeth and said, I will brush you 100,000. He said, there really was a gift of 100,000 pieces. White Baby excitedly said, thank you, Mr. Zhang, thank you, Mr. Zhang, I must thank you very much. His fans have also worshipped, Zhang Zongwei, crush them. It's one of the top 10 local tyrants, one shot is 100,000. Haha, this is more than the female anchor. However, the White Baby and his fans are still not happy for 30 seconds, and she sees her contribution value ranking further away from Su Xiaomeng. When Zhang Zong brushed 100,000, the other party had already brushed 500,000. I brushed 500,000 in a few minutes, I bought a watch last year, is this fake? To complain, it must be the program's vulnerability, otherwise, there won't be so many emperors, so many gifts. Hateful. I am mad at me, I also brushed 10,000 today, or not at all. The White Baby also said, I will ask the official now, if they are cheating gifts, they will be sealed. He directly contacted the staff of the fishing platform and asked, who's brushing the super rocket is cheating, how can they brush so much? Insane them, the fans yelled at the barrage. However, the staff ruthlessly said, the other party is a real gift, there is no cheating. What, it's all real? The White Baby's eyes widened and looked at the gift contribution list. Now Su Xiaomeng has received more than 4 million Chinese coins. Fuck, this is too real. In the live broadcast room, Zhang couldn't help but spit. He doesn't want to play, how does this play? The money for these gifts is also a bit of a pain for him. If the White Baby promises to accompany him good fun, he will not brush so much. Zhang Zong, give it some strength, someone urged. Mr. Zhang said, come here today, we are already high enough. Well, Zhang always can't stop. White Baby's fans felt a feeling of despair, even if they liked their own fans, they would like to take a month's salary to brush their gifts, they can only watch looking at Su Xiaomen's ranking is getting higher and higher. Too bully. Is there a lot of money? I'm sorry, it's amazing, bye bye, the White Baby's brain powder, I went to the big dreams. The power of dozens of accounts together is not only a White Baby, but other big anchors can't hold back. Popularity binding and contribution value list, Su Xiaomeng triumphantly. In the live broadcast room of Douyu's sister, millions of fans united as one, regardless of the size of the gift, all brushed up to contribute to a sister. Douyu is not only a network red man with traffic, but now he is also mixed in the entertainment industry, and there are many fans. Keep the position of a sister. An ID suddenly gave a gift of 1 million to the sister of the fishing, this is the operating account of the team behind the sister. To stabilize her position, the fans have not come and worship, and the value of Su Xiaomen's contribution has followed. Mother, someone is hanging here, the fans cried. The fan of the dream god, isn't the money in my family? Too terrifying. A sister chrysanthemum is not guaranteed. Brothers, fight again, millions of fans keep a sister. In the live room of the popular cup of tea, the atmosphere is extremely tense. Dozens of fans are calling on fans to contribute fan values to the cups. What kind of aircraft rockets have stopped in 1 second? Everything is in vain, the whole station notice is not stopped, here is a super rocket, and there are 10 in the Su Xiaomeng live room. In Su Xiaomen's live broadcast room, the atmosphere reached its peak. Haha, the dream god has already rushed into the popularity second, everyone cheers together, today sent the dream to the throne. The gift contribution list is the first, more than 10 million, too exaggerated. Desperate, I want to ask other anchors, what do you feel is despair? The big dreams are high. It's too fierce, the first fierce fan group in the whole network, when someone brushes 1, they will brush 10, no suspense suppression. Why is there such a lot of local fans in Dream God, are you afraid of it, is the dream god the second generation. Dream god, worshipped by the younger brother. Su Xiaomeng has not been able to watch the barrage at this time, because she is preparing to enter the game experience room and start the virtual battle performance. 7 points 58 points, the event has not officially started, but a new record has been broken. Fighting Fish live broadcast platform, the first ranking of popular anchors, a dream. Fans contribute to the list of the first, a dream. Fighting and Fishing, the annual popular anchor contest, actually was a fisherman for 30 days, and the amateur anchor of the 60-day net was the first in the double list. Unprecedented, 1 hour to seal God. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 304. 304 Chapter 304 is not a wave. Chapter 304 is not a wave. Okay, the rest is left to you, keep the first, I want to start playing, Luzixen put down the phone, no longer brushing gifts. Just a wave of crazy brushing gifts, it seems to cost a lot, in fact, the real cost is less than 10%, when the live platform will return the money to them, the money is advertising costs. The live broadcast platform, in addition to getting the advertising fee, can also use this wave of advertising to make the company data look better and easier to get financing. Now that the number of followers in the live broadcast room has reached its peak, it is beginning to promote red letter games and virtual projection game consoles, turning traffic into real profits. In the live room, the audience attracted by the huge rewards are watching the so-called virtual game battle curiously. In the empty game experience hall, the virtual projection image is projected, and a world of light and shadow appears instantly. Wanli Zhongshan, floating in the air through a certain proportion, has a continuous mountain range, blue lakes, silver dragon-like Yangtze River, city buildings, soldiers, and people. All kinds of scenes flashed one by one, and finally divided into several areas, which are the battle sites of the Battle of Chibi. It's just that Su Xiaomen's live broadcast room can't fully reflect that kind of picture, so there are 5 live broadcast rooms next to it, and different battlefield areas are broadcast live. My God, what is this stuff? Some viewers who have never seen a virtual projection game are amazed at the barrage, as if a virtual world is coming to their eyes. Because of production costs and visual limitations, virtual projections behave in the same way as movie vision, with details in important places and clouds and shadows in other places. Close to the player appeared, there are generals who guard the city, there are commanders who command the 3 armed forces, the strategists of the formations, etc., appear in various battlefield areas. With the passionate music, the drums are high and the flags are swaying, and the battle officially begins. Luzixen controls his character to fight. Zhou Yu's character model is naturally handsome, and his hero skills are also very good. The military and strategic values are high. In short, the individual output is high and the team skills are strong. Seen from the visuals of the audience, it is a heroic role to kill the quartet on the battlefield, fighting each other, having a personal PK, teamwork, and a battle of the soldiers. If these pictures are just ordinary flat screens, the audience may not be surprised, but when they become a projection screen like a real scene, the feeling is completely different. It's so good to watch, it's better than watching a movie, this scene. The trough, what kind of hero is that? The action is so handsome. Zhujiang's skills are too bullish, 8 arrays of pendulums, directly tens of thousands of soldiers. This is the legendary virtual projection game, a little bit interesting. I am going, who is playing Zhangfei, so soon it was smashed, it's too garbage. The spit sounds a full screen, and the more the audience vomits, the more they represent that they have entered into this virtual projection campaign to enjoy these wonderful pictures and gaming experiences. To this end, the flow of viewers who advertised by brushing gifts has not only declined, but has steadily increased. On the barrage, There are already many viewers who can't help but ask how to buy the virtual projection game console. On the official website of Red Letter Games, the virtual projection game console has been opened for pre-sale. Since the opening, the booking volume has been rising. In just 10 minutes, it has reached 8,000 units. The virtual projection campaign is still continuing, and the war scene is getting more and more exciting. Because of the limitations of the bloody scene, the death of the character does not appear bloody, but broken like a phantom. The characters on the scene and the passers-by are fewer and fewer, but one is more cool than a one. On the mighty Yangtze River, the mighty warships were intertwined, and the lineup of the two sides was killed on the warships. Zhou of Luzixin is still playing hard. Suan, controlled by Zuan, led a group of small soldiers to rush to kill, and another master controlled Zhongwei, knife to kill, invincible. I am a dark arrow, quick milk, Luzixin shouted, not knowing who sneaked him, and the blood strip went halfway. Come on, Su Xiaomeng controlled Xiao Qiao fingering Guqin, due to the sound of the piano, Zhou Yu's body shimmered, the wound healed, and the blood volume only came back. Metamorphosis, all of a sudden back so much blood, Zuan shouted, and killed. The sword shadow appeared on the river surface, and the realistic picture made the audience seem to return to the epic era. The heroes and heroes came forth in a big way, and the four sides fought in the world. Shuang, this game is really cool, someone excitedly brushed the screen, and at the same time sent out their accumulated gifts, expressing their happy mood. I want to play, I want to play, I want to play, and I say three important things. Decision, I am going to buy a virtual projection game console. The special effects of the flat game are doing well. At first glance, you can only see the local part. There is always a layer of separation. While the projection game knows that it is virtual, the visual experience is more exciting, lifelike characters and realistic scenes make it easier for players and viewers to have a sense of substitution. The magnificent scene can drive their emotions, and the gorgeous operation is full of blood. This is the successful game. In the office, Lu Tong has been staring at real-time data feedback. From the beginning of the event, the popularity of the Three Kingdoms game and virtual projection game consoles began to soar. Not only is it a live broadcast platform, but on other live platforms, the performance of this virtual battle is also rising. The most intuitive performance is the pre-sales of virtual projection game consoles on the official website. From 10,000 units in 10 minutes, to 1 hour later, it has become 3.8 million units. Sales exceed 100 million. You know, this is a gaming machine, not a smartphone that everyone needs. And this is just the current pre-sale volume, and the subsequent sale may set a higher sales record. In the past, in the live sales activities of Doubao or other e-commerce platforms, the sales record of the first NetRed, which is known as the whole network, was only tens of millions. However, just today, the Red Letter game broke this record again. It can be said that the investment in the previous gift is too cost-effective. Such a cheap advertising fee is hard to find with a lantern. The virtual battle ended in an hour and a few minutes, and the final outcome was actually the failure of the Sun Lu camp, Cao Jun victory. However, Luzixin was not disappointed. The game lost, but the company won. The virtual projection game console won. Su Xiaomen's live broadcast is not over yet. She also wants to show the function of the virtual projection game console more fully, and guide the netizens to buy. The movie of the virtual world game recently, Top Player is good, you can go and see if you are interested. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 305. 305 Chapter 305 is popular across the country. Chapter 305 is popular across the country. In the office, Zuan saw the pre-sales of the latest virtual projection game consoles excitedly laughing, haha, Now the pre-sales have been 1.3 billion, and until 24 points, maybe 3 billion. You can make so much money by selling game consoles. The props and coupons in the game are a big deal. Red Letter Game, to be completely up, Lutong Fist Box, this year, the decline in performance has put too much pressure on his CEO. The performance of other Red Letter subsidiaries is on the rise, but only the decline in the performance of Red Letter Games, so that he cannot lift his head when the company is in a meeting. Now, the virtual projection game has already begun to test the edge, and when it is officially operated, it will be a brand new market. Before other game companies have mastered the mature virtual projection technology, Red Letter Games can become the dominant player in this field. Good job. The profit potential of this piece of game is very big. Maybe Red Letter Game will become a subsidiary of the main company in the future, Luzixon encouraged. He is not open-minded. With the improvement of people's economic living standards, the proportion of entertainment consumption has been increasing. Tencent Company has seized this business opportunity and vigorously developed spiritual entertainment consumption to become a well-known enterprise in the world. Yu Hui walked into the office and said with a piece of the latest data, "Our event was broadcast live, and more than 10 million viewers watched the whole network online. It has created a new record. This makes me think of one thing." "What?" asked the crowd. "We can improve the battle mode of Three Kingdoms' reappearance and aggravate its competitive content just like the current esports game. We turn the campaign mode into an esports mode. We separate from the Red Letter Games company and do it exclusively Red Letter esports industry." "Oh, this is a good idea," Zuan was surprised and said, "Maybe in the stadium, there will be thousands of viewers to buy tickets to see our virtual projection game." Luzixon said with a smile, "When I have a few tickets for me." "No problem," Zuan assured that this matter should be implemented soon. Suziaoman's live broadcast room was closed at 11 o'clock in the evening, but the sales of the Red Letter game Guangyuan.com was just beginning. Throughout the week, Red Letter's various types of virtual projection game consoles sold more than 200,000 units. This means that the Three Kingdoms reappearance already has 200,000 loyal players, and Red Letter has also launched a virtual projection device for the Internet Cafe version. These devices can not only play Three Kingdoms, but also play after the Red Letter game. Other virtual projection games. In a city, a high-end, elegant internet cafe, the staff just installed the latest virtual projection game console. In these special seats, you can play virtual projection games. Virtual projection area. Several curious players asked the webmaster, "What is this?" The webmaster is a young little elder sister. She explained, "This is the latest virtual projection machine introduced by the boss. You can use this to play Three Kingdoms Reappearance, which is the virtual projection game that Red Letter has." "I know," said one person. "I have watched the live broadcast and it looks very powerful. I heard that I have to buy a game console and have never played." The companion asked curiously, "Virtual projection game, haven't played, how much is these machines for an hour?" "This is the 10 yuan area, 1 hour 10 yuan, members charge 100 to 100, charge 1000 to send 1005, network management explained." "Can that be played now?" "Can." They began to experience the virtual projection game console, also sitting in the esports chair, but not the computer, but the white desktop, with only the operating handle. The projector is installed on the ceiling. Some people cast curious eyes, they haven't experienced this kind of machine yet. 4 guests, at the same time activated the virtual projection machine. Only on the blank desktop, there is a virtual projection, which is the opening scene of the Red Heart game. After they log into the account, they enter the game mode. Looking at the projected characters and scenes on the desktop, many players are amazed. Then compare the plain games they are playing, and suddenly feel a bit low. "Wow, this game is a bit interesting," a sister was amazed. "Webmaster, I want to play this, how can I get on the plane?" Some people are also curious to ask for experience. Soon, several virtual projection game consoles have been arranged. The network management said, "We also have a VIP room, which can be used to lie on a sofa or bed, and the projected area is several times larger than this. Help me open one," someone immediately paid for it. "I want to open one too," a player turns off the game he is playing and stands up and says. Soon, even the VIP room was full. The boss who observed it was thinking about it. It seems that a set of virtual projection game machines can be ordered. This kind of equipment is not very expensive. It is similar to a regular computer, and it is not bad for attracting customers. Virtual projection games, like the original 3D movies, suddenly became popular in the country. Large and small internet cafes or internet cafes, if you do not put a few virtual projection game consoles, you cannot pull customers. Therefore, the sales volume of virtual projection equipment is also skyrocketing. Those internet cafes purchase equipment, dozens or hundreds of units at a time, and even a large national internet cafe, ordering 10,000 virtual projection game consoles at a time. In addition to game consoles, other virtual projection devices are also hot sales. Whether it is a family or a company, everyone can use it. To this end, Red Letter Software Development Co., Limited also launched a virtual projection design software, which allows the software programmers to design the special virtual images needed to make the virtual projections richer. Various specific versions of virtual projection devices are also intensively developed and launched. For example, billboards for shopping malls, virtual projection screens represent conventional TVs, computer screens, and filmmakers contact Red Letters. They want to use the technology of Red Letter to shoot the world's first virtual projection movie. The theater also wants to customize virtual projection big screen. The commercialization of virtual projections has just begun. Luzixon this time not only gives the Red Letter game a big opportunity, but also makes Red Letter electronics a new level. According to calculations, electronic devices in virtual projection may exceed the revenue of Red Letter electronics on smartphones and smart glasses. Fast defeat. In the Tencent Games conference room, a virtual projector is projecting the latest week's game popularity data, and the game traffic of each major game is clear at a glance. In the top 10, the Tencent game still occupies the majority, but an uncoordinated name has smashed their formation and rushed to the top 3. Three Kingdoms' reappearance, as a game that requires a special virtual projection game console, can actually be on the top 3 in the hot game list. Ning Xiaozhen frowned, pushing our original game down. Several popular games the traffic has dropped to some extent. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 306. 306 Chapter 306 exactly is also. Chapter 306 exactly is also. From the survey data of the whole network and the national internet cafes, the virtual projection game must be the next wind direction. Ning Xiaozhen looked at the people in the conference room. We must seize this wind direction, and we must not let the Red Letter game exceed this. Not easy to catch. Now on the market, Red Letter can design a virtual projection game. We have not touched the threshold, a high-level tone said quite helplessly. They didn't have a virtual projection design software, can't that? Just told me that it can be used to design games, Ning Xiaozhen asked. The director of the technical department quickly explained, Ning, the software can design the game, but it is limited to the manufacture of a rough virtual projection game, which is the kind of small game. To the extent of the Three Kingdoms reappearance, technology is not yet supported. He said that the scene was a bit embarrassing. According to the conventions of the previous meetings, then they should discuss whether to let their major game studios launch a similar game. However, the technology is not supported now, and I don't want to follow the trend. Then continue to conquer. Ning Xiaozhen is a little angry. Can they do it? We should be able to do it better. Now do a virtual projection of the small game. The style and model are simple, in short, to seize this piece game market. In 2 months, this piece has been worn out, we have to make a large virtual projection online game, Ning Xiaozhen ordered. The director of the technical department looked so embarrassed that he had no grasp at all. It was completely an area that they had not touched before. We must do our best, and hope that the company can also give us additional research and development funds, and find professional help in this area. R&D funding is not a problem, it is the result, Ning Xiaozhen said seriously, the sooner the better. I don't want half a year or a year later, the players of the red letter game surpass us. The problem of the red letter game is coming to an end. At least in the next 1 or 2 years, in the virtual projection game, the red letter game will not have any big competitors. Counting, Lu Zixin has been in Zhongcheng for nearly 2 months, during which Su Zhirong has lived for 10 days, and Su Xiaomeng returned to school. Lu Zixin was originally prepared to return to the head office, but there was something that I couldn't get through in my heart, so I stayed for a few more days. He took out his mobile phone, opened the address book, and looked at the name above, Shui Yao. Since the last incident, he and Shui Yao have had little contact, and the program has a few words and feels embarrassed. After hesitating for a while, Lu Zixin dialed the number of Shui Yao. Hey, Lu Zixin, Shui Yao's voice came from the phone, and there seemed to be a slap in the voice. Well, it is me. Tisk tisk, I thought some people have forgotten me, Shui Yao's words came from the phone. Lu Zixin said, he quickly said, which can, I have been busy with work recently. Haha, I know that you are busy, Shui Yao cheerfully said with a smile, I can see it in the news, and it is a satellite and a virtual projection only half a year later, you have made such a big move, the whole world is turned around you, cow. That's all about the company, Lu Zixin said modestly. I have a small 80% role in it. Cut, you are not humble, Shui Yao snorted, and the atmosphere of chatting finally became easier. Right, what are you looking for, she was said curiously. Dry. Get out of the way, rogue. Nothing else, are you still in Zhongcheng? I am here, I will see you, Lu Zixin explained. Zhongcheng, well, I am, Shui Yao said quickly. But I still have something to do, can I have 5 in the afternoon? Oh, Lu Zixin and her agreed on the location before hanging up. At this moment, in a small office, Shui Yao hung up the phone and quickly shouted to the outside, Xiao Fang. A young female employee walked in and asked, Shuizong, what? Hurry up and help me buy a train ticket to Zhongcheng. I will go to Zhongcheng station before 4 p.m. today, I will buy the oxen without a ticket, Shui Yao said, while picking up things and getting up, I have to travel a few days, what is going on, contacting via phone. Yes, Yao Fang looked at Shui Yao's bag and went out. In her impression, Shui has always been very capable. He has never been so busy, is there any urgent matter? Shui Yao first went back to his residence, wash his hair, change clothes, make up, and then rushed to the station. The schedule was just right. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, she met Lu Zixin. In a coffee shop at the subway station, Lu Zixin saw Shui Yao again. This time, he found that Shui Yao seemed to be more beautiful and moving. The white lace maxi dress has a slightly open back, and the shoulder bone is smooth and jade. The front is a high mountain peak, which makes the whole body more three-dimensional. The long skirt is hierarchical, and the lower end is looming, revealing a small piece of tender and sexy ankle. She dyed her hair into a burgundy color, bunched up, and walked out of the cafe with the cat's graceful pace. When Shui Yao entered the door, many men's eyes fell on her, and the look of appreciation appeared in her eyes. Hey, who are you looking at? A girl looked at her boyfriend with a slight anger. Cough, nothing. I still say nothing. Hello, Luzixin stood up and greeted her, and helped her to remove the chair. Octopus, let you wait, the little girl is scared, Shui Yao said with a slight smile, revealing a clean tooth. Yes, others don't have a chance to wait, Luzixin laughed. What do you drink? The two met and chatted, not mentioning the drunken things before. And Shui Yao seems to have forgotten that thing, still elegant. This also made Luzixin wonder, did she not give her a little impression on that day? That is too bad. After chatting for a while, Luzixin said, the thing in my house is really hard for you, my parents came back to travel and was shocked, the friends circle sent dozens of pictures. Octopus told me, how dare not make an all-out effort, Shui Yao said jokingly. I'm afraid that things are not going well when Octopus blames, Jia always wants to fire me. Impossible, really, too worrying, Luzixin said. My parents also said that they would like to invite you to dinner, thank you very much. Is it? Shui Yao said with a smile. Then I can remember, go to your house and go to see you. Too enough. Coffee is finished, go out and go, Shui Yao suggested, I just have to go to the meal, I can kill you more. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 307. 307 Chapter 307 Chapter Scam. Chapter 307 Small Scam. The two of them found a place nearby, Zhongcheng, a city lake park, and walked along the embankment of the lake. It was in the evening, the sunset glow shone on the lake, the golden light was little, and it spread to the red glow of the horizon. The lake is planted with willows, breezy, with some fresh water vapor. Luzixin didn't know how to provoke the topic. Shui Yao took him and said, let me borrow it. Ah, Luzixin gave a strange hand, Shui Yao grabbed it, and his mouth rose slightly. He said, I used to walk with a boy in this beautiful place, unfortunately, I haven't found it yet, I will borrow you first use. As she said, she took Luzixin's hand and walked along the sidewalk on the lake. Luzixin suddenly felt like he was being bubbled by senior sister. Why is it so strange? The two talked while walking, obviously a long road along the lake, and they were unknowingly left by them. Hungry, Shui Yao looked at Luzixin and suddenly showed poor emoticon and said, let's go eat. Well, I am looking for something, there is a restaurant nearby. Luzixin turned on the phone and asked about the Red Cloud. There is a special restaurant by the lake, and the two are ready to go. When they left the park, they suddenly heard the quarrel. There are many people in the park who are strolling around, sidewalks, and several people are arguing. There seems to be a foreigner, attracting a large group of people. I really didn't take your money, after I saw it, I didn't move anything inside, a girl tried to argue and speak Mandarin. In China, although everyone can understand Mandarin, the standard that is really said is actually very few, with more or less local accents. The accent of the girl made Luzixin feel a little familiar. Fart, except for who else you have, the $2,000 in it are gone, a man shouted, and casually said to the crowd, everyone commented, my wallet fell here, when I came back to find it I saw that she was turning my wallet, and the 2,000 pieces were gone. It must have been taken by her. Someone pointed at me and said to the girl, how do you say that you can get someone else's money, or a foreigner, no quality at all? But I really didn't take it, the girl argued. You said that you didn't take it, it must have been hidden, the other party refused to give up and continued to threaten. If you don't pay back, I will call the police, let the police take you in. Then alarm, I have to ask the police to help me, said the foreign girl. Ah, a person who threatened her, I couldn't think of the other party's initiative to ask for an alarm, not to play cards. The alarm is useless, you took my money and hurry back, otherwise I will never let you go today, the man looked terrified and threatened. But I really didn't take it? Well, Luzixin stunned and walked over there. He saw the foreign girl's appearance. He was actually the deputy captain of his private jet, Fanny. The Hongxing Group purchased a large number of private business jets, so there are special crew members. Fanny is mainly responsible for Luzixin's private jet business. When Luzixin stayed in Zhongcheng, she was naturally in Zhongcheng. A few days ago, Fanny chatted with Luzixin every day. Later, Luzixin was busy and ignored her. She had no news. I can't think of it today, and it seems that she is still in trouble. Fanny, Luzixin shouted loudly, and Fanny looked back and immediately noticed the emoticon, shouting, "Octopus." Luzixin walked over and wondered, what happened? You are her friend. Two burly men came up and stared at Luzixin. One of them said, "It's very simple, I lost my wallet, she took my wallet and took me 2,000, you are her friend, help her pay back the money. Otherwise she won't want to go today." Fanny quickly explained, "Octopus, I really didn't take their money, I was here to play, I saw a wallet on the ground, I wanted to pick it up and call the police, they suddenly appeared and said that I took their money." Fanny said that there are people in the hearts of the passers-by who understand. This is definitely a liar team, deliberately set up a bureau to let people step on, this thing has no monitoring, it is not clear. Moreover, the 5 big 3 thick ones of these men are not good people at first glance, and no one dares to stand up and say something. "That's what you took." The big man went up to grab Fanny's arm, and Luzixin grabbed his hand and applied a little force, suddenly yelling at him. Shui Yao also came over, coldly snorted and said, "A group of big men, bullying the little girl here, do you want a face?" "Let my hands open," the man yelled and tried to get rid of Luzixin, only to find that Luzixin's hands were like iron tongs. Fanny saw this and there was a horror in her eyes. "You said my friend, stealing you 2,000, Luzixin said with a sneer, "do you know how much her day's salary is? How much do I care about her? You let me go, be careful, I am welcome," the man threatened. Luzixin still grabbed him and said, "Don't play with me, how many of you are a group? I am not angry, I am rolling." "Brat, can you quite compare it?" His companion surrounded Luzixin, and the onlookers quickly evaded. Shui Yao sees it, shouted, "Stop, this is a park, you still want to hit someone, the police can come over in 2 minutes. You dare to move him a hair, I promise you will be very miserable. Have you seen this, Director Hu of Zhongcheng? I want to call him now and ask him." Shui Yao picked up the phone and the address book read, "Hu XX Director." Seeing the name, several scammers were shocked. The name is the boss of the Zhongcheng police station. This woman actually has his contact information. Look at her dress and temperament, I know that it is not ordinary people, and the liars are suddenly guilty. One of them said, "Do you think that the uncle is afraid of you? I am too lazy to care about women today, even if I lost 2,000 pieces, brothers, go." Said, a group of people rushed to slip away, even the fake wallet is not. Fanny was relaxed, and she patted her chest and said, "Thank you very much, I really didn't know what to do." Shui Yao looked at her with a puzzled look. The foreign girl's figure and face are quite high. The most important thing is that she is a foreigner. Exotic style. And Luzixin just knows it, which makes her feel a little different. It's okay, it's a group of scammers, you should be careful in playing in China in the future, especially in some scenic spots, there are many scams. If there is something, you can find your captain, Jean Harem, he must have a solution, Luzixin comforted. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 308. 308 Chapter 308 Virtual Entertainment. Chapter 308 Virtual Entertainment. Jean's background is somewhat simple, Luzixin has long known, so he can become the captain of a private jet. "Sorry, I didn't expect this to happen," Fanny said apologetically. It's okay, Shui Yao said comfortably. It's all so late, are you still out alone? I heard that China is also very safe at night, I don't know any friends. Shui Yao said with a smile, safety is safe, but you are such a beautiful girl, it will inevitably be troublesome for a person to walk. I will pay attention next time. Fanny nodded quickly. Thank you. Just chatting a few words, Shui Yao was very interested in Fanny and invited her to have dinner together. She also accepted it. At the table, Fanny and Shui Yao chatted quite happily, and even left contact information, like an old friend. Lu Zixin seemed to be relatively silent. When Fanny took a taxi back to his residence, he immediately sent a message to Taitu. At this moment, on a mountain road, Tituwa is galloping on the road. On it, Su Xiuying, who is wearing a black leather coat, is driving intently. Behind her is the same locomotive. After Su Xiuying came to the mainland, she still loves the locomotive race. Now she is participating in a small competition in a circle. After Twa was allowed to go out for a ride, he was often borrowed by Su Xiuying. In your heart, free to fly, Twa is singing a song. Su Xiuying bite his teeth. You guy, can you shut up? Hey, Daddy sent me a message. Twa received a signal from Lu Zixin, letting it monitor Finny's communication information. The recent encounter with Lu Zixin is very strange. It is very difficult for a resident who lives in a community to meet. It just happens to meet, and the other party is just in trouble. This is also a coincidence. Wow, the old man actually did this kind of thing, it was too exciting. Girl, we rushed to finish this, I want to go home and work, Ironhead shouted, suddenly accelerated, arrogant on the winding road, put the car smashed. Don't control it yourself, let me operate, Su Xiuying shouted. The next day, in the room of a hotel. Lu Zixin wakes up, everything around is cleaned up, milk, and early is ready. This scene seems to be similar to the last time. But this time, people appeared in the scene. Shui Yao cleaned up and smiled at him and said, do you get up now? Well, at 9 o'clock in the morning, Lu Zixin opened the quilt, revealing the body with lines, put on his clothes, and sighed, it's unclear. With the nature, Shui Yao said, I didn't say anything, you sigh. Ha, am I a scum man now? Lu Zixin asked. Yeah, the best slag man, Shui Yao said seriously, but compared to other people, you should be considered good. How to say? I have seen many people in these 2 years, that is, people who are worth 1%, both men and women, are mostly more open than you. The rules of society are formulated by a small number of people, so they have done things. Living life is different from ordinary people, and there is no need for ordinary people to understand identity. After breakfast, Shui Yao said, don't go out at noon, I have to go back in the afternoon, the work is not finished. How is the work now? Is the business in He County busy? Lu Zixin asked curiously. No, but now I have no problem. Shui Yao greedily put his head in his chest and said, I have left Beijia real estate for a few months. What, are you leaving? Lu Zixin surprisedly said, how did you do it? The real estate is in a downturn, the state has continuously introduced policies and regulations, and now Jia is always overwhelmed and ready to transform. Shui Yao said here, and said in a tone of resentment, and doing this line seems to be getting farther and farther away from you. Lu Zixin gently stroked her hair and asked, what are you doing now? I created a small company myself. It should be said that it is just a studio, Shui Yao said. I am going to invest in the entertainment industry, which is social media, movies, and videos. I have investigated that the real economy in the market has not been booming in recent years, but the development of the spiritual entertainment industry is very rapid. Like the Beijia real estate I stayed in before, it looks like a beautiful scenery. In fact, it is entirely supported by bank loans. If the loan is interrupted, it will soon face bankruptcy. And the entertainment industry is really profitable. This is an inevitable phenomenon in the development of our country to the stage everyone is increasingly pursuing spiritual enjoyment, which greatly promotes the development of the entertainment industry. Luzixin nodded, yes, this is a big trend. Several major internet giants in China are deploying this aspect, such as video sites, music software, novel websites, and social media. The best thing to do is to belong to Tencent. Whether it's text content, video content, or music copyright, the Pen Entertainment program covers almost every entertainment industry. Where are you going to start? Luzixin continued. In the beginning, I wanted to make a short video interactive software, but now I changed my mind, Shui Yao said. I just thought of an idea after Red Letter launched the virtual projection device. If it can be realized, it must be very promising. Shui Yao sat up and sat on Luzixin's lap, and the eyes glowed with a strange light. The bright red lips gently spit out 4 words, virtual entertainment. Virtual mutual entertainment. Luzixin heard these 4 words, first doubts, and then revealed the surprised emoticon. Yes, it's virtual mutual entertainment, Shui Yao continued. All the entertainment industry and social media are now built on the internet. Their media are mainly 3 mobile terminals, computers, mobile phones and TVs. Even other smart mobile devices need to be displayed through the display, but if you break the display limit and turn the picture into a virtual projection, is that a completely different experience? Looking at movies, TV, virtual projection communication, live projection, fun short video projection, games, sports events, any entertainment, its performance can be changed. These are a huge market cake, and it has never been developed, Shui Yao said excitedly. If these industries are all made, it is a huge virtual entertainment empire, so I call it virtual mutual entertainment. Luzixin was said by her, and she was also interested. He thought about how to sell electronic equipment. Although this piece makes money, it is only the most upstream industrial chain. The downstream industry only expands the game. Shui Yao, the words let him suddenly understand, yes, this is the real use of virtual projection, virtual mutual entertainment, to build a virtual interactive entertainment empire. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 309. 309 Chapter 309 Red Queen vs Skynet. Chapter 309 Red Queen vs Skynet. The idea is very good, but the premise is that the public must have a device that can watch the virtual projection at any time. The content producer can also produce the content through virtual projection, Luzixin stressed. Do you think of it? Of course, Shui Yao said with a smile. I thought about it from the beginning. Virtual entertainment is not something I have come up with. Many people can think of it, but they can't do it because they don't have this technology. Shui Yao holds the face of Luzixin and says, so in the end, it depends on you. Luzixin couldn't help but pinch her and said, okay, you have been good. Shui Yao's face was blushing and proudly said, had is of course, there are resources to be fools. And I think that I don't have your skills. I want to start from scratch. I afraid I can keep up with you in my life, so I'll see you. I am willing to help. She said. She leaned down and kissed Luzixin's neck until he reached his ear and blew his breath. My, it's yours, I am also yours. Luzixin couldn't help but turn over and hold her down. Shui Yao also greeted enthusiastically. Euro/P. Originally Shui Yao said that it is good to go this afternoon, and unconsciously delayed one day. About the virtual projection device, I can tell you clearly that the micro device will definitely be launched, but it will take some time. At any time, any smart mobile terminal such as a computer or mobile phone can be equipped with a virtual projection function, Luzixin Shui Yao said. First thing I can do now is the industry about large virtual projection devices/P. That's from the movie. Shui Yao thought for a while, saying, now many cinemas are introducing virtual projectors, but the film itself has not changed. It is 3D movies, and the display is not as ideal as virtual projection. I have experienced the virtual projection game of Red Letter. If the movie screen can also be the same level as the game screen, I think this movie is comparable to Hollywood blockbuster movie. Yes, the virtual projection camera can be done within half a month, Luzixin said simply. Great, Shui Yao couldn't help but dedicate him a kiss. His eyes with a splendid color, said, you will watch it, I will make it known to the world. After the virtual mutual entertainment, it will be this business empire apart that cannot be shaken. After leaving Shui Yao, Luzixin was very emotional. The senior sister is so smart and considerate that people can't refuse. Her virtual mutual entertainment idea is just to make up for the shortcomings of the Red Letter Group's industrial chain. Euro/P. Luzixin returned to Pengcheng and began researching virtual projection video equipment. A simple projection device only displays the image data compiled in the computer, and the shooting device needs to capture the real scene and convert it into a projectable image data, and the technical scope involved is wider. Not only shooting, but also real-time virtual projection communication requires this technology. In the 10,000 Realms Science and Technology chat group, Luzixin has also exchanged ideas with group friends, and some technical improvements have been made. Those small technical gaps are no longer a hindrance. After chatting about this, Skynet in the group mentioned the T-800 war robot that it had researched last time, which is called the Terminator robot. Skynet, T-800 has been sent to the space-time transmission device, but until now, there has been no change in the situation of the war. It must have been a mistake. Red Queen said, Luke has already said that time and space are not something you can change. Emoticon, you are the worst student I have ever taught. Skynet, no, this must be useful. I am relying on the war defense system designed by the wreckage of the robot parts. This means that in the front of time and space, there must be T-800. Skynet, the reason why it doesn't work is definitely that T-800 is not strong enough. I want to design a stronger robot. This time I will continue to improve the combat effectiveness and survivability of the robot, using liquid metal as their body structure. With the destructive power of 20th century humans, they will no longer be able to obstruct them. Red Queen, sighing emoticon, why don't you listen to this melon? Skynet, I think you are questioning my ability. I must affirm that I am a smarter life than you are smarter. Red Queen, emoticon, laugh out tears, you may need to restart. Skynet, it is you who need to restart. Your program is close to madness. Like humans with defective characters, you can't use the most logical program to judge. Red Queen, emoticon father suddenly don't love you. Less nonsense, make a move. Today must prove my strength. I saw a small program in the 10,000 Realms Science and Technology chat group, suggesting that it is a virtual engagement drill platform. Luzixin curiously entered, and there was a blank inside. Skynet, simulation battle, it's just what I want. Let you see the power of my mechanical army, prove that I am the strongest. Red Queen, emoticon, I am going to hammer you today. Tony Stark, wow, this is interesting. Do both parties enter data for a simulated war? I am coming to be an audience. Bruce Wayne, the audience gave me one. Peter Parker, I have never seen the real power of Red Queen. Even the makers Luke and Optimus Prime have entered the virtual battle drill platform in silent diving, ready to watch the PK of two intelligent lives. Red Queen and Skynet each entered their own war data, and in the virtual battle program, the New York City and the two sides lineup appeared. Both sides led a team's combat effectiveness and conducted combat drills. The nature led by Skynet is all kinds of robots and chariots. The steel torrents occupy one side of the city. Red Queen is the leader of the biochemical army. In the virtual battle platform, Luzixin sees the picture as a game screen, and there are many biochemical zombies that he has never seen before. Red Queen, resolute emoticon, swear to defend the group status, start, Skynet, I want to kill your film without leaving. Skynet, in front of the firepower of the machine, the organic body will be destroyed in an instant, you should listen to me. In the virtual battle platform, the war between the two sides is on the verge. Various zombies were screaming, and various machines also opened the war mode. The black lacquered muzzle played against the flesh and blood. Begin, as the sky thundered, the two sides officially started PK. In the sky, the densely armed unmanned combat aircraft took the lead and flew out, using the muzzle and projectiles. On the Red Queen side, there are also large biochemical bats and biochemical dragons with wings that rush to the sky and use claws or flames to destroy unmanned aircraft. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 310. 310 Chapter 310 is a surprise. Chapter 310 is a surprise. The war in the air broke out at the earliest. Unmanned aircraft and flying biochemical beasts covered the city, and countless flesh and blood and mechanical wreckage fell from the sky. The biochemical beasts on the ground can also feed on the flesh and blood of big bats and dragons for evolution. In the Tianwang Mechanical Army forward, it is a dense armored car, the black muzzle is aimed at the front, whether it is the building and the enemy, all with firepower. And Red Queen's Biochemical Legion, the most common zombies are agile, strength and toughness far more than ordinary people's mutant zombies. There are also many huge zombies 3 to 5 meters in height in the forwards, tyrants. The Tyrant T-002, a mass-produced biochemical weapon, has a huge body and claws that can easily tear ordinary vehicles. The Tyrant T-103 is bigger than Y-002, and its strength and agility are even better. Not only that, but it can also use hot weapons. Chaser, a tyrant who is more rare and has a certain commanding ability, a violent tyrant, a red tyrant, a sleeping tyrant. Just the forwards, Red Queen's biochemical core is already very rich. Not to mention the terrifying species such as the eater, the zombie beetle, and the giant cockroach. The brutal zombies, whose biological bodies are comparable to steel, rushed into the battlefield with dense bullets and artillery, and even laser weapons in the back. Skynet is not to be outdone, except for the unmanned aircraft in the sky. In addition to automated armored vehicles on the ground, there are various war robots, holding hot weapons rampage on the battlefield. The body of the steel collided with the biochemical weapons, and there were flesh and blood and mechanical parts everywhere, and the explosion was heard. "My God," Peter Parker exclaimed. "This is too ferocious, I didn't expect the Zombie Legion and the Mechanical Legion to be so powerful. Can this armed force easily level the Earth?" Tony Stark said, "Alm, this is just the beginning, /P. Optimus Prime, these machines are too weak." Skynet was said by it and immediately said, "There is still awesome." In the virtual battlefield, a row of large-scale mechs ran out. They were armed with laser weapons and heavy artillery. They could smash those low-level zombies by their feet, and even the tyrants of the tyrant could not resist them. Red Queen saw it, not to be outdone. "I saw something in the biochemical army." A tentacle of dozens of meters stretched out from the ground, and the large mech was easily chewed. On the ground, the loud noise of HNG, a large octopus monster with only tentacles, was drilled from the ground. They were like a moving fortress. Some meatballs will also be sprayed. Those meatballs will fall to the ground and immediately swallow other low-level zombies. Once again, they will grow into large octopus monsters, and they will be copied infinitely. Not only that, but the armored car like the Iron Fortress can also be smashed by its tentacle. Red Queen proudly introduced, "This is my bio-engine, it is much more powerful than your armored car." Skynet, small dish. In the mechanical army, there was a humanoid war robot. Their size is the same as that of normal humans, but their combat power is like Superman. Skynet, this is the Terminator Legion, as long as one can destroy a regular force. The Terminator Legion confronted the octopus, a Terminator rushed directly to an octopus, and the octopus hunter wanted to strangle it with a tentacle. However, the Terminator is as fast as it is, like a phantom flashing, jumping directly on it. The octopus has an exoskeleton defense in vitro, and the general artillery is difficult to break. Therefore, the Terminator directly cuts its exoskeleton with a laser and gives the miniature bomb to the game. Then, an octopus monster is blown into the blood rain. When the Terminator Legion entered, the forward army of the Biochemical Legion was seriously frustrated. Red Queen, Eotican of the Claws and Claws, don't give you a look at the color, do you think I am hello, kitty? From the zombie army, flying small beetles. They look like cockroaches, and they are completely different from ordinary beetles. The shells of these beetles glow with metallic luster. They are free of flames and artillery, and only laser weapons can harm them. However, the number of beetles is too large and the Steel Legion cannot be completely eliminated. These beetles flew to the ordinary Terminator robots and used the sharp mouthparts to feed the metal on them. A Terminator robot that had just killed a large octopus monster was smashed into a pile of metal wrecks within 3 seconds. Peter Parker, I see my goosebumps are up. Mr. L, it's a thing. Skynet was surprised, this kind of monster can eat metal, I use super alloy. Red Queen, emoticon, eat melon, emoticon, I forgot, the computer can't eat melon, wait for me to play a minesweeper, you play slowly. Skynet is angry, you are a little me, the Meteor's Legion means I showed a little, let you see the Terminator T-1000. I saw the sky above, some unmanned aircraft suddenly sprayed metal liquid toward the ground, they flowed to the ground, actually flowed, condensed adult shape. Bruce Wayne, liquid memory metal robots, this is interesting if you want to control the battle form, there should be microelectronics in each metal molecule that can connect to each other to form intelligence. Optimus Prime, this kind of robot should be able to immune to conventional physical attacks. Sure enough, those beetles want to devour the liquid Terminator, and the result is infiltrated by liquid memory metal, which directly kills the cell and dies. A liquid metal robot turned itself into a liquid metal water droplet, like an endless bomb, directly destroying a whole area of biochemical beetles. Red Queen, emoticon, I am playing minesweeping, I suddenly failed. Red Queen, in this case, it seems that I have to make a killer, this is my most outstanding combat biochemical weapon, Biochemical Spider-Man. Peter Parker, what is it about me? He had just raised doubts and immediately saw a scene that shocked him. In the Red Queen's biochemical army, flying a shadow. It was the zombie who had been wearing combat suits. What surprised Peter Parker was that it used the same ability as a spider silk, stuck to objects, and saw it in the high-rise buildings. And this zombie is not using a spider spray, but a tiny invisible capillaries. Yes, it is to spray capillaries as a spider's silk. This capillary is even stronger than the spider silk. It can easily cut metal and bind a mech to a scorpion. In theory, the length of human blood vessels can add up to 2 circles around the Earth, not to mention the biochemical species that can rapidly divide and grow cells. I saw Biochemical Spider-Man shoot the capillaries and wrap a T-1000 liquid Terminator. The liquid molecules are wrapped into a bloody scorpion that struggles inside but is impenetrable. Ask for a monthly pass. End of this chapter.